One day I'm gonna invest in a much better camera than this one, but for right now we got hot spots and fuzzies in the background and the occasional refocusing. Welcome back to a new video on my channel. I am here today to go through a small Funko news roundup and to also talk about this crazy Mitsuri pop that just recently got announced. I've been waiting so long for this to get announced and I have so many things to say about it and I'm super excited about it, but we'll get into that later because San Diego Comic-Con just happened and Funko released a little sizzle reel of things that are coming up, and I would like to just go through the reel and just point out some things that I'm super excited about and can't wait to get in my hands so I can make a more dedicated video. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about the video real quick, and then we'll move into unboxing this Mitsuri pop, and then it's just gonna be an all-out gush sesh about how excited I am about this amazing pop. So moving into the Funko announcement video, shout out Top Pops for recording it. I don't have an actual file for this, so we're just gonna use Top Pop's video to just scrub through and point out things that I'm excited about and that I want to talk about. It starts off with Pop Nooks, and I am so insanely excited for the world to finally see this. This was an idea that I pitched with my wife Leah, who came up with the original concept, and I ran with it, and it was accepted and moved into development. The Pop Nook essentially is just a little tiny space that a pop lives in. My idea for it was to be like a cozy space, like it's somewhat of like a cozy environment for a pop to be in, so that you can ultimately stick it into your freaking giant pop wall and break up the sort of monotony of the pop boxes and the packaging. It has this acrylic case right here that you can pretty much put inside of your pop wall and insert and take out. And if you get multiple spaces, you could like take them out and reorganize them while it's still in the middle of a giant pop wall, so you're not like risking your life for an entire tower of pops falling over on your head. You could take it out to be a bookend for your book collection, I guess, but let's keep going and you're gonna see the acrylic case right there moves off, and that is what is inside of your pop wall. This is the Tony Stark one. This one was designed by who essentially is my work dad. I don't know if he wants his identity out there, so I'm just gonna not say his name, but love that man, and he did a great job on this. Tony Stark. So here it is, perfect for your bookshelf, but really it's perfect for your pop wall. So we got Harry Potter Under the Cupboard. This is one that I was assigned, and so there was a lot of trickiness with this, and this is something that I want to go further in depth on when I finally get it in hand, but kind of pointing out all of the little details on the wall and all of the sort of smaller suggestions of details like the stairs coming down here. But again, I don't want to go too in depth on these because I want to make a dedicated Pop Nooks video, but we're just going through and seeing them all. This is the Rapunzel. Real quick, I just need to talk about this amazing Will Byers pop. The way it captures his little space so beautifully with the little lion in the corner, his really timid and scared pose, the details on the walls. I just love the sort of fence-like structure that his clubhouse has. I just really think it's immersive and Robert freaking cooked. The Rapunzel was the Nook that was in my pitch, and I'm so happy that it went through and Disney accepted it and it was made, because I think Rapunzel was kind of a great example of the cozy environment that she is in, just reading a book. Her hair is all tucked under her furniture and all around, but again, we'll dive deeper once I have it in hand. I'm so excited about these. I'm so excited about these. These have a big story behind them that I almost want to save for when I get them in hand, because once I get these in hand, I'm going to be a mess in that video because I'm just going to be too excited. But these are the pop elements, the separate bases, the pop environmental editions. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. But these pop elements come in 3 pieces. 2 pieces in front and 1 piece in the back to accommodate for any footprint that a pop may have, whether it be big or small. You can expand and shrink it dynamically thanks to the 3 pieces. And so we got the power up one. It's a no-brainer. You needed it. It goes with so many things, and I'm just not even going to say what it goes with because you already know. So we're moving on. We got electricity. This is the like thunder base for all of those thunder users out there. Or you could take the 2 cloud pieces from the front one and put them in front of the power up base, and there you go. You have a brand new base born out of the possibilities made through these pop elements. And this one might be my favorite of all of them because y'all at this point know how much I love motion, know how much I love floating rocks, and just know how much I love destruction in general, and This is a destroyed floor right here that works with any superhero landing, any power-up pose, any like ground pound, like freaking punch to the ground. I just think it was so well captured. Can also be mixed and matched with the previous two and still work as beautifully all the same. So yeah, this one is probably my favorite. And again, oh my God, I just cannot wait to have them in my hand. We got the fire base that can work with any sort of flame character that you can think of. If there's a character that creates flame out of nowhere, or is just maybe walking in a scene full of fire. Maybe it's just a character that's just being surrounded by fire. Like, think of Sephiroth. We don't have a Sephiroth pop, but any pop really that is just invoking fire in any way, you could put in there. Again, mix and match with the other ones. And then once you get all four, the mixing and matching gets crazy. All four of them, so beautifully rendered, so beautifully packaged. Cannot wait for you guys to see the packaging. Just so incredibly executed in the best way that I can ask for. It's even better than I had originally pitched. It just got better and better over time, and everybody that worked on it did such an insanely good job. While I am proud of the Pop Nook idea and having it go into development, and giving a big thank you to Leah, who kind of gave me the idea in the first place. This Pop Elements right here is just like is gonna forever hold just such a special place in my heart as the first piece of official Funko product that I was able to make that isn't like directly related to any sort of license in any way. It's just an idea of cool environments. And while there are other separate base slash effect pieces out there, I just think this one is hitting the mark because it's a much more affordable version, as well as adds a whole new layer of excitement to any of your previous pop collection if you're already collecting pops. And you know, while it brings a lot of excitement to your previous pop collection, it doesn't mean that you have to always use pops for them. You can really look at anything in your house and put them in front of these pop elements. Pop elements are just for everybody, you know? Don't let the pop in front of the elements really take away from the fact that you could just get as creative as you want with any of your small scale figures. But yeah, I'm just over the moon about these. This is like sincerely the most exciting thing that I think I've worked on in my career. And I came into Funko 7 years ago with my full intention on trying to make them the best they can be. I slowly started adding effects and bases, which all started on the first Avatar set. That was one of my very first sets that I concepted, and it just kind of got crazier and crazier from there with the Dragon Ball pops, the Demon Slayer pops. I felt like the only natural progression to making all these exciting bases for pops is to separate the base from the pop and celebrate the base itself. And I can't wait to have them, because once I get them in hand, I'm gonna make a much more unhinged and exciting video about these things. Another idea, it's not really an idea, it's just something I feel like we can start doing. You know, pops hanging off the edge. You know, it's not like groundbreaking or anything, but you know, it's cute to have somebody's feet hanging off the edge. Everybody loves like an edge sitting thing. First one was Hunter x Hunter. So there you go. You get Gon, sits on edges and ledges. Edges and ledges. Look at all these guys sitting. So these were like a super interesting challenge because those big heads and trying to kind of master the balance of it sitting on the shelf and having those big heads. Because if you like lean them forward, even the slightest, this thing is coming off the shelf. So had to come up with a lot of creative ways to create some weight in the back. And they have these little shelf sitting clear bases that they go on as well. I've tried and seen some in house, and some of them don't need the bases. But you didn't hear that from me. And now that we've reviewed that amazing video, it's time to open up this Mitsuri Pop. New Demon Slayer set just got announced. This is the only one that I could get my hands on. I wish I had the Tanjiro. I wish I could show you the Tanjiro, but I'll pull it up real quick and talk about it. But right now, let's freaking bust this Mitsuri Pop open. Is a Pop Plus. Essentially, Pop Pluses, if you're wondering, are just pops with like more stuff, you know, like more environmental stuff, more effects, bigger composition. At least that's kind of how I have it in my brain. I always try to like absolutely push the limit when it comes to a Pop Plus. I'm sorry I don't have like a beautiful lighting setup for this, but here she is. Sculpted by Carla, colored by Sarah. Just look how amazing it came out, and look at that sword going all the way around her and then ending on the backside, and you don't even know where it ends. You can't even see where it ends if you're looking from the front. It could be ending like at the end of this part here, but little do you know, it ends like basically the second it comes out of you. I just need to quickly add, I didn't add this in the video before, but the way the sword goes behind her hair and continues the composition all the way down to where the smoke hits her foot. I don't even think I did this. I don't even think I did this in the concept. I think this was all Carla made this whole sort of infinity shape, this infinity 8 shape kind of going on with the smoke, the effects, the sword, all working in tandem together. But this little composition right here is just the absolute epitome. Is that the right word? I don't know. The absolute like definition of how I basically always want to portray pop figures. But like I said, with it being a Pop Plus, it had that little extra bit of money that we could spend. So we were able to add in the beautiful base. We were able to add in the beautiful smoke that is also kind of supporting her ballerina stance. You have some of the base coming with her on her sword. Carla! How you connected the smoky cloud that's keeping her up and bringing that smoke and the rest of the base with her sword with these broken rocks and the smoke just like coming up and swirling around it. How many times have I talked about framing a little pop figure? You can see how well it's framed with this sword. And I mean, to be fair, Mitsuri's sword is really fun to play with in terms of design. It's just so rubbery and whimsical and ribbon-like. We didn't have to add this little smoke piece with the rock. We didn't need to add it. But we did. We added that little bit of extra juice to the composition just to keep your eye wandering. And you can see that it's just going the same direction the way the sword is whipping. And you know, at first, I'm like, is this my favorite angle? Is the front view the best view? Or is it the side view? You actually can't see because of the massive light there. And just any angle you choose, this thing looks awesome. And that's just a testament to Carla's three-dimensional mind breaking down my simple front view concept and turning it into a composition that looks good every single angle you see it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? You can see there's a couple moments where she's lifting her leg up. This was the first action pop of her that we did. The very first one was like a more innocent standing type of pop. I concepted this one at the same time that I concepted this one. And so you better believe that I was like, you know, I like this one. I like this one. But then I also concepted this one. I was like, oh man, when can we get this one out to the public? Deadpool ballerina pop as reference. I was smashing space very carefully throughout the entire sequence of her fighting that demon. Just making sure that I pulled every kind of essential frame that would add to the design. She just came out perfect. She just came out exactly how I wanted her. Shout out Nate. Shout out my man Nate for getting it slotted. He's always so good about just fulfilling my wishes. It's also shout out to Nate that those pop elements are here. And I just like can't say enough about that guy. And he's probably like, why is Chris still talking about me? I just can't get over this really exciting composition. And I wish I had like a little circular table or like a big black like screen I can put in front of her so you could really see like the silhouette. I have a piece of paper that I test my markers on, but at least it's gonna cut her silhouette out a little bit better. You guys, if I'm gonna be making videos like this, I really gotta get like a more professional setup. But listen, this is the best we're working with right now. First, before I get into this Tanjiro and how excited I am about it, need to shout out my guy Andrew. This is like the absolute best way that you could capture this pop, I think. Like, you have him running in the grass. It's like this guy has seen, yeah, Andrew has seen the show. You know he's seen the show. You've got the freaking rim lighting on the moon. You got the lighting on the fire that he's added in. I mean, he just like went crazy on the lighting, went crazy on the angle. It's such a good angle that still properly like captures this crazy silhouette pretty well. Like the fire breathing really looks like it's working to his advantage on this composition. I can't fire breathe. I can't do any breathing right now because it's taken my breath away. And here he is. My all-time favorite Tanjiro pop that I've concepted so far. I've done a lot of Tanjiro pops. Like, I should make a Demon Slayer video, like the One Piece video I made. So I have pretty much concepted every Tanjiro that has come out. I don't wanna take any credit for any Tanjiros that I didn't design, but like most of the Tanjiros in the moments like the Rui fight moment and the Nezuko Temple Demon moment. Like, I didn't really work on those Tanjiros, but basically all of the single pop Tanjiros I have had the incredible and insane honor to work on. While it is definitely a challenge for me to kind of reinvent the wheel each time I get assigned a Tanjiro, it's like an exciting challenge because I'm like, okay, how can I top the one before? Like, this was the very first one that we used his water breathing on was the freaking dragon. Like, what a way to come out of the gate with using Tanjiro's power, was just to jump straight to the freaking water dragon. It wasn't until this pop that I realized it would be really sick to add a swipe that had opaque paint on it and then translucent fire around it. And Sarah crushed it. Absolutely got the effect that I wanted and even took it further than it could ever go. You got the sword that is just encapsulated in fire. I want you to pay attention to this very small detail that just it really gets me excited. Just the follow through of this little flame coming off of this fire swipe. And then you're continuing the continuity of the fire going all the way around his back. And if you get this thing in hand, I've only seen it once in hand. Like, I wish I could have it so I could show you all of the different angles at which it looks good. Someday I might get this Tanjiro and I will, I don't know, probably slip it into a video of a bunch of random pops that I have never gotten to review or talk about. Can't say enough about this opaque paint stripe that's in the middle of the translucent fire. I think it is just such a fun visual way to capture Hinokami Kagura. With this Tanjiro and with this Mitsuri, they both follow a theme of framing that I couldn't be more excited about. Like the way the sword frames Mitsuri and the way the fire frames Tanjiro. I just like love it. I just love it. I just love designing pops. It is just always so fun to work in the little confines of that box that I have and think of the best, most interesting ways to portray a character again and again and just like keep trying to level myself up and keep trying to make it like even better than the one before. And that's my recent Funko product roundup of all of the exciting things that are coming out that have just been announced and that I've just been dying to show everybody and talk about. So that's going to be about it until the next video. So if you liked it, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this one, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, drop your most favorite flavor of ice cream in the comments. Mine's the mint cookie crunch. Just mint and like Oreo cookies, just mashed together. It's just the best. But anyways, I will see you in the next video. Mommy is shook, hands on the wheel with the audio book and she not even hooked. Dad in the shotty, he jotting his comic and all he is up from a nap he just took.